welcome to the Come Get This Work Sports Podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jesus, and my other host here is.
Joseph,
Yes.
no last name.
Cool, cool, cool. So, anyways, we're here because we're big fans of the NBA and the NFL. But right now, since the NBA is in the bubble and it's going off really nicely, just props to the NBA for what they've been doing. Joseph has some notes, some things about the brackets he's going to bring to us. I'm going to give my opinion, and Joseph's going to give his opinion, and then we're just going to talk and have a good time. And if you see ads, let me skip these ads in the background. Get back to our Steph Curry highlights. Um, those YouTube ads. But anyways, let's Joseph, let's talk about the reason why we have Steph Curry in the background. Why did you want Steph Curry in the background?
I wanted Steph Curry highlights in the background because NBA on TNT has been saying some wild stuff.
Right,
They've
right.
been downplaying Steph Curry's greatness.
Yep.
He's been out for one season, and people forget what he's been doing for the whole past decade
Yeah, he
that he's
only
been in
played
this
like
league.
what less than 10 games this season, right?
I think he played like 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
No,
maybe
it's
18,
disrespectful, right? You talk about Kenny the Jet Smith on Inside the NBA. What did he say?
yeah. He was like, I don't know. He's like, it was they were going over the Laker Trailblazers game, and they were like,
Mm,
I don't. And he Damian Lillard hit like three threes in a row. One
yeah,
was from 30 feet, 33 feet, and then 36 feet.
right.
And they're like, I don't know, Steph. I don't know if you could shoot. I don't know if you could shoot with them. And then you, the funny part about this, Steph tweeted right after that. And he's like, you crazy, Kenny, or he's like, I love you, Kenny, but that's wild.
Yeah, bro, it's just crazy how quickly people forget, how quickly it's so easy to forget, the
Yeah,
greatness of Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson and that whole crew and like what they've been doing, Draymond Green, all those boys.
yeah,
And I think it's straight up blasphemous that, someone with Kenny the Jet Smith, like with his pedigree, he's won 2 championships, he's a great shooter. Played with one of the greatest of all time in Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream, to say something so disgustingly crazy and ridiculous. Like it's almost as if Shaq and Charles Barkley infused themselves mentally and emotionally into Kenny G. Smith for like 1 second,
that's true.
and Kenny's cool. Like I've actually like I got to just say, hey, what's up, bro? Pound his fist real quick in the airport in Houston. So he's a legit guy.
Oh,
He's always fun and always nice and respectful to the fans. I'm surprised he said this. Steph Curry is the person who changed the game of the NBA forever, made a three pointer something legitimate that we're all gonna like always gonna remember and care about and think about. He defeated LeBron by himself, or not by himself, with his squad. Dame Time hasn't even beat LeBron yet in a playoff series, so let's just relax on the hype for Dame.
yeah. I mean, he's been doing great, but like Steph Curry swept him last year, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And that was without KD. I mean, Draymond Green leading the break. It's crazy. All right, so we love Steph Curry. Steph Curry, you you one of the goats. You one of the greats. Um, but let's get into it. Show us talk about the brackets. What we got? What we got going in the first round of the playoffs?
So we know the Trailblazers still game one, and tonight tonight is game two.
Right.
So Jesus, your pick. Well, so what do you? How many games is this series going?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You have the prediction, so I can't see the screen. So you just tell me
Okay,
what it was. What it good.
okay, so Jesus predicts Lakers 4-2. So um they'll go to 6 games. My prediction. This is just because of a bias that I have. I want Trailblazers 4-2. Um, I think tonight will tell us if the Lakers have a bounce back game, uh, which we need to see a lot change from the first game.
A lot has to change.
Yeah. If they do that, then like if they blow out the Trailblazers by like 15, 20 points, then we have to like recognize that that first game maybe wasn't the truth, right? It
Yeah.
was it was a little it was a little skewed.
Right.
But I mean, even if like the Lakers do win, but it's by like a couple points, I would still be worried about the Lakers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and that's my thing. I think ultimately the Blazers will lose to the Lakers. I have to go with the Lakers. They're my hometown team, my hometown pickup.
Mhm.
But they definitely have a lot of issues on the offensive side of the ball, but also on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I know that they're missing Avery Bradley, and definitely Avery Bradley would be helping out a lot. But I remember a time when LeBron James was considered a great defender. LeBron
Hmm.
James, even though he's at, how old is he? 33, 34? He
No,
needs to
I think
he
he's
needs to
55.
remind
I think.
us. He needs to remind us again how great he is. This whole argument, that they had on Game of Zones, who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Paul Pierce, I don't know, right? But if
Yeah.
he wants to settle the debate and win a championship, he's gonna have to play some legit playoff defense on Dame time, shut him down, cut off the head of the snake, and the rest will follow. I don't think the Blazers will win if Damian is held to less than 20 points per game.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I mean, LeBron is 35, right? I don't. It would be a miracle
Yeah.
if he could pull that off. I mean, I don't doubt it. I mean, if even if Dame has one bad game, you don't know. Like it could be Game 5 where Dame Lillard has a bad game, and then all of a sudden the Lakers lead the series, right? That's all it takes is one bad game.
Right.
But
Right. And we don't want to forget too, as we said, we don't want to forget about Steph's greatness. LeBron did win a finals series against the 72 win Warriors, right? Came back from a 3-1 loss, a 3-1 deficit in the series to win 4-3 in game 7.
mhm,
So and he averaged a triple double I think throughout the entire series. So it's definitely possible for LeBron and those guys in the Lakers to do the same. I think personally he probably would have even like I don't know. Do you think AD's better than Kyrie? Like that final series, Kyrie.
I think AD is definitely a better talent.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Kyrie Irving is more mature, and I think we already know who he is as a player.
Yeah.
Kyrie. I think Anthony Davis, like we know he can put up big numbers, but can he win?
Right.
And Kyrie showed us he can win. And I think AD's been to like one or two playoff series by himself, right?
Well, he's
And
not just been by himself. He's actually gone into the second round. He beat the Blazers a long
mhm,
time ago when the Blazers were favored to win that series. He lost to the
yeah,
Warriors on their way to a championship, I believe, that year. And I think he beat another team. I'm forgetting, but he has gone to the second round of the playoffs without like a major superstar to help him out.
yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm just skipping these ads. This is probably not the best way to do this. We're new to sports podcasting, but we just want to have a really fun backup. But I mean, for a quick second though, like let's talk about the idea that you want the Blazers to win because of why?
I mean, personally, like I just don't. Okay, it might be. I
Cause you
just
a
don't like
hater.
LeBron.
No, cause you a hater.
Yeah,
That's why you a hater.
yeah. I mean, I just for some reason I don't like the LeBron narrative this season and like last season. I feel
Okay.
like he was given so many excuses, and like I feel like we'll find out like if all those excuses were like if LeBron if LeBron wins. I'll say this right now: if LeBron wins the championship this season, I'll give it up. I'll be like, okay, I there's no reason you won a championship at 35. You're not the GOAT. You're the second best, but I'll
Yeah.
finally give him the yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know.
you're
I just
the reason why you want the Lakers to lose is because you are an anti-LeBron person.
yeah. That's why. That's it.
Okay. So it has nothing and why are you an I want the audience to know why are you an anti-LeBron person? Be very specific.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay, this hurts, but like when I started watching basketball consistently, like
Yeah.
and like getting into the nitty gritty of like stats and everything, and
Mhm.
going back and forth, it was probably like 5 years ago, 5 6 years ago, right, where I
Okay.
started like digging deep into the NBA rather than just like watching it casually, right?
Right.
And I really like the Raptors. They're like I don't know, just something like the way they played. Um, Demar being from USC over here and from Compton, and I
Yeah.
really like this story. So and that's why I just got attached to the Raptors, and then what we're, what
Back
LeBron did
back
to
to
us,
back sweeps. Back to back
uh,
sweeps.
four, what LeBron did to us 4 straight years was pretty terrible, and so that's why I don't like LeBron.
Bro, I love it. No, see that's what the NBA is
Not,
all about, man. And I apologize if the audio if I'm being too loud. My apologies, I'm lowering my audio. But honestly, like that's what I love about the NBA. Like you can literally be from a certain area, but because of a history, right, and a love for a certain team or a certain guy, and because of the history between another player, another opponent, you can develop like an animus, like not hatred, but just an animus where like I don't really like that guy. I'm not a fan of that guy. I want to see him lose. And it's fun. It makes it enjoyable. But I will say you
Yeah.
hitch your horse. I'm sorry, but as an NBA fan of greatness, a Lakers fan since I was a baby, you hitched your horse to the wrong, like your wagon to the wrong horse. I'm sorry.
I
The,
feel like I feel like when I was a lot younger, when I was like
hmm
probably like 6 or 7, right? Like everyone around me was a Lakers fan, so I was a Lakers fan, right?
Oh
But then
yeah.
like as soon as I was able to make a decision like for myself,
hmm
right? And just because the Lakers like weren't appealing to me at that time when I was like when I got the chance to start like looking into stats and everything,
Yeah.
like that's what I like. There was no reason for me to like the Lakers when I was like 13 or 14 because they
Okay.
weren't good, right?
Okay.
And so that's why I didn't. And so as soon as I was like able to like, okay, well, I want to pick a team to watch, like,
Yeah.
and to like for my favorite, that's what happened. But like,
Well, maybe over the course of this podcast together, maybe you'll start to change your mind. If you want to become a Lakers fan again, the door is open. The family's always welcoming, and I
wow,
know that you're into DeMar DeRozan now, but
yeah,
he's not very good. He's no, I won't say he's not very good. He's obviously a really talented player,
don't even.
but he's not a star in this league. So you
I
gotta.
I, I sent Jesus a stat yesterday. DeMar DeRozan, the first Spur to average 25 and 5.
And then what did I
The
say
first Spur.
back? What did I say back?
It doesn't matter, but
No,
DeMar
no, it
averaged
does.
25 and 5.
It does matter
I
because
don't care.
DeMar DeRozan's also helped the Spurs snap their
Oh yeah,
22 in a
that's yeah.
row playoffs streak. So
He's the only one to do that.
he's
He's
the
the
only one
goat.
exactly. All right, man. All right, let's move on. What's the next team you want to discuss?
Okay. Well, since we discussed the Lakers series, let's get to the Clippers series,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then we'll cover. Okay. So you say Mavericks 4-3,
Yeah.
and I say also Mavericks 4-3.
What? Oh, you agree with me?
Yeah. Well,
Why?
I think
Whoa,
I
that's weird. That's weird. Why? I thought you were gonna be Clippers all the way. Go ahead.
no. So this is okay. As long as the Lakers don't win the championship, I'll be fine,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So the reason why I'm changing from well, the reason why I don't necessarily think two things. I don't want the Clippers to win. I don't think they win anymore. Is because I think I'll be okay if the Lakers lose and then the Clippers lose, as
Okay.
long as yeah. But I just think that the Clippers have so many perimeter defenders, right?
Yeah.
Kawhi, Paul George, Marcus Morris is a physical defender, right?
Right. Right.
And Patrick Beverly, right? And Luca is literally like tossing them off like kids.
Well,
Like
that
they're not
he's got that big frame.
yeah.
That's why he's doing that.
But I believe like Luke, they're I think they're stronger than him, and I think Kawhi's taller than him, right?
Yeah,
All right.
Kawhi's I think slightly
Yeah,
taller than him.
yeah. But and he's this like European white boy from right, and he's over there like he's bumping off like he's just people are bodies are bumping off him,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's just crazy. I don't like you. It just doesn't make sense how good Luca is,
Yeah.
especially against the first game. He did struggle. He had 42 points, but he had 11 turnovers, right?
Yeah.
And I and then the second game he played only 28 minutes and he had 28 points
Right. Right.
because he was in foul trouble most of that game. But like it's just crazy. Like Kawhi had 35 points
Yeah.
and and that didn't matter, and he only played 28 minutes.
Right.
I feel like he played an overall better game in the second game, even though he didn't play as much.
Yeah, less he had less turnovers.
Yeah, and he bounced back from that, even though he didn't need to score 30 or 40 points. He did his thing. It was 28, 8 and 7 or something.
Yeah.
And so
Those are still great numbers. Those are
yeah,
amazing numbers. Um,
yeah,
no, Luka Doncic is setting records. I think like the most points in his first two playoff games, like
yep,
third overall. No, just amazing. I'm so glad to see young, fresh talent come into the league. Donovan Mitchell's been amazing. I'm not a fan of Jamal Murray, but he's been playing really well. And then you have Luka Doncic as well. I would have loved to see Devin Booker get a shot to get into the playoffs. We'll see what happens next year. But Luka Doncic is the next one to step up. He's proven it
yeah,
time and time again. that he's the next one up. Not saying he's like the next like current goat. Like I'm not saying he's gonna become like the next LeBron. We'll see what happens with Zion Williamson because obviously he has that potential. But it's
Hmm.
crazy that you have what people have been arguing the best duo wing combo on the perimeter since Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and they're not guarding him. And even when they do guard him, he still puts up points. Like, how is that possible? And I think the major point is that first of all, Luka's highly skilled. He's been playing professional basketball since 16 years old in Europe. But also his
Yeah,
frame is wide and big, and he can shove people off. I don't think you've ever seen a European player come from Europe
yeah,
and had that kind of a frame. Dirk Nowitzki has a smaller
yeah.
frame. Steve Nash, well, he's not European, but he's Canadian, but he has a smaller frame. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't have too many guys in my head. There's a French guy from there's a French guy from the Magic, but there's not too many like those big guard heavy point guards. Ricky Rubio, he's kind of solid, but he's not big enough to like push people off him. And I think Luca, because of that, and then he can shoot, dribble, like he has the whole package. So and then he has Kristaps
Yeah.
Porzingis, the unicorn, standing at the 3 point line shooting buckets like crazy.
I don't even think like I don't think even in the first two games that Chris has played, I don't think he's played 100%. Like his best game.
Well, that's the thing.
Like
His first game he got kicked out.
yeah, but I want to see Kristaps abuse the Clippers bigs because he can.
He
He is
definitely can.
10 times. He's 10 times more skilled. And when you compare bigs, like Montrezl Harrell isn't a big when you're talking about Kristaps Porzingis,
Yeah,
right?
Montrezl
Like
Harrell's what 6'9".
yeah, no, I think he's shorter than that. I think they have him listed as shorter than that. But
Mm-hmm.
like the only true big they have is Zubac, and there's no way that Zubac can contain or even like he's 6'8".
Well,
Yeah,
but
Montrezl Harrell 6'8".
Zubac and Montrezl Harrell are stronger, I think, than Kristaps Porzingis. They can shove him around a little bit.
Yeah,
I think the difference
I
is
think
that Kristaps is more nimble, and yet he can just jump over and shoot you. And as the bubble's been showing, refs are calling a lot of easy fouls. It's a very soft league right now, which makes me upset about. But I think the main reason, if you go back to that game two tape, is that the Mavericks shot so many free throws and they got easy calls, like easy shooting calls. They're at the line,
yeah.
like for I want to say a third of the game, maybe even more. They're at the
I think
line shooting free
yeah.
throws.
I think Luca shot like 14 or 15 from the free
Mhm.
throw line.
Mhm. Yeah,
That
and
first.
Kristaps is going to get the same kind of calls because he is a nimble shooter. But he's super tall, obviously, and has decent ups.
Yeah,
But I think
I
it's
feel like
crazy that we both agree. So you said they'll win in six, and I said they'll win in six,
no,
or what did
no, I said we said 7.
I said seven?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, seven then six. Okay, yeah, I think it's going to be a real fight. I think it's going to be more of a fight than the Clippers thought they would have.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
And it's funny
It's just a
because
bad matchup.
if they get kicked out, I'm gonna be so happy because one, I don't want the Clippers to ever win a championship ever, ever. Like I never ever want them to win a championship as long as they're in Los Angeles. If they leave to Seattle, if they leave to Anaheim, if they leave to San Diego, then it's fine. Go win a championship, but you will never hang a banner in Staples Center. That's my goal. But the other thing too is that um they talk so much trash to Damian Lillard, Paul George, and Patrick Beverly, which I usually respect. I love talking trash, but the way they went at Dame Dollar, like he missed some free throws, I get it. But you can't be acting like, oh, just falling out of the stands and talking like, oh, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Like, bro, like you've been sent home by this guy. Individually, both of you have been sent home by Dame Lillard. Y'all about to go get this clap right now. Luca's about to come
Yeah,
hand you a loss and send you bye bye.
yeah.
And you say can't if they lose, social media about to roast them boys. And I
I
can't
think,
wait.
but if the Lakers wait, hold up. If the Lakers lose, it's going to be worse for the
Bro,
Lakers than the
LeBron
Clippers.
hasn't been talking. He hasn't been talking. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. If the Lakers are the 1 seed, this is do or die for LeBron.
No,
This is
but
do or
bro,
die.
here's the thing. Yes, you can. You're. If the Lakers lose in round one, you can definitely hate on the Laker fans. Like that's fine. I have no problem with that. Right? It
Yeah,
sucks because hey, they're my team. And if they lose, they lose. It's like being a Giants fan, New York Giants fan right now. If they lose, they lose. You can talk crap. you won, right? But
Right.
here's the thing. LeBron ain't talking. He's not chirping with anybody. He's already won his rings, right? But this is Patrick Beverly and Paul George, right? I think Patrick's been
Yeah.
to the Western Conference Finals with James Harden in Houston. PG's been to Eastern Conference Finals, but they've never won anything. They've never even been to the finals. They have
Yeah.
nothing. They can't chirp. They can't say nothing. Dame
Yeah.
Lillard
Well, I
stayed
mean,
on his team, got to Western Conference Finals, man. You just leave him alone. Leave him alone.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I could see if So this is how I have it. So the Clippers won the first game. Mavericks win the second game. Right.
Right, right.
If the Mavericks win the third game, if they're up 2-1,
If
I
they
think
up
it's a
to
wrap.
one, dude. If they're up
Yeah.
to
If they
one, bro, that would be
Yeah.
so legit,
You know what's gonna be legit when the Blazers are up 2-0 on the Lakers. That's gonna be cool.
bro. If
That's
that
gonna be
happens, then we got to do a podcast next week because I have so many critiques, bro. Like, so here's the thing: I'm a Laker fan, diehard Laker fan. I want us to win another championship. I want us to win at least two more, in the next 5 years, so that we can have one more over the Celtics. But my thing is that I'm not a LeBron fan basketball wise. Like, I think his highlights are fun and exciting. I like it when he just, pulls it back and yams on people. I love it when he plays tough defense. He's a solid, like, big dude, like, who can just put on the floor and pass like crazy. But I've never considered him the GOAT. I never will. I think he's a great player, one of the greats of all time. But I just don't like I don't like the way he plays. Like the way people are chirping on Giannis. Like to me, LeBron was my Giannis. Like I'm definitely gonna stay chirping on LeBron. Like I just don't think his game is like all that personally, like from an offensive standpoint. And I think he causes too much drama. I was really upset when he complained and essentially got Draymond Green kicked out for that final series because I think if Draymond Green's there for game five, I think the Warriors win. And LeBron doesn't win that championship for Cleveland. Like, uh, he's just too much drama. And then here, there's some stuff that came out the other day that LeBron was saying the reason why they lost because there's a lot of stuff going on in the locker room that he can't talk about. Like, what's going
yeah.
on? What's happening? You're in
Yeah.
the bubble. So I had some stuff to say personally. If they lose, if they go 2-0, I don't think it's over, but I had some stuff to say.
Okay. So then let's okay, I guess we're gonna talk about every West because there's only one really interesting series in the East, which is Boston and Philly. So
Are you
let's
serious?
talk,
What about Bucks Magic?
I don't think I mean
You're a Giannis hater though. That's why.
I think the Magic won last year. They did the same thing to the Raptors. They stole the first game, and then they got swept. I think so.
No, that's
I
true,
don't.
but I still think
Yeah,
it's interesting because it's not a Kawhi Leonard. It's a Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? And
yeah.
you think he's a trash player, don't you?
I think that. I mean, I don't think I've ever called him trash. I just don't like the way he plays. Just like James Harden. Like he said if I wish I was 7 foot 12 and could run and dunk
Seven
that
foot,
that takes me.
7 foot 12. What is what? I don't.
Yeah, he's just really tall, right? And so like
Yeah,
I don't I think he has probably the best pieces around him to win a championship in the East,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
Um, but like I don't think I don't have any doubt that they're not going to win this year.
All right. Well, we're getting close to our time, so yeah. Let's just say quickly. So we both think the Bucks will get out. We think the Raptors will get
Yeah,
out. We think the Celtics will get out.
yeah,
I mean,
um, yeah,
I want to root for the Sixers, but Joel Embiid is my current goat right now, and he needs more. He needs Al Horford to step up or Ben Simmons to step up because no one else is stepping up.
he
And
needs
obviously Ben
what?
Simmons is injured.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
think the
oh,
last
let's talk about this though. Embiid is the best center in the league right now.
no,
Yes, he is.
absolutely not.
Did you look at his
Jokic
stat
is the
line
best.
from game two?
They lost. That's all I see was an
Oh
L.
my gosh, all you see is an L. Bro,
Like
Jokic don't put up that numbers, bro. He has Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray has Jokic, bro. Like, come on, man. Donovan Mitchell's
what do
fighting
you,
two guys because Rudy Gobert not gonna put up those kind of numbers.
Jamal Murray is as good as Tobias. I think Tobias Harris might be a better basketball player than Jamal Murray.
That's possible, but if you
So
look at the box score, have you looked at the box score? Tobias Harris didn't score above 15 points, I don't think.
I know I don't he had a bad game. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But if you look at Embiid's stat line, I think he scored 30 points. He got 10 rebounds and like 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Like
Okay.
he had a
There
legit game. Like Jokic doesn't put up those type of numbers all the time. Like Embiid
because he
puts up
doesn't need
those
to.
numbers, and Embiid's not even fully healthy. Everyone can see that he's sluggish, and he's still getting used to it. Like, oh
Like,
mercy,
come on.
we have Manscaped commercial over here. My word.
But Jokic is going to when he's retired. He's only like he's going to lead all big men in assist of all time. He's already like fourth, and he's only been in the league for like 4 or 5 years, right? And
No, I
so
mean, no, he's a great assist man, but he's not. He's not better. That doesn't mean he's a better center than Embiid. That doesn't mean anything, as far as
no,
centers are concerned.
what do you mean? What do you mean assists don't mean anything as a center?
No, I mean
He's their
he's a great assist man, but
yeah,
he's not a better center. He's not better on defense than Embiid. He's not. He
okay.
all right. He doesn't run the floor like Embiid does. Actually, Embiid's heavier than him, and Embiid runs the floor way better than Jokic. Right?
But
Their
Jokic is a
shooting
he's a
percentages are pretty much the same from the 3-point line, and Embiid can back down pretty much anyone in the league except for freaking Al Horford. Like that's the only person he's had trouble with.
okay. I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay,
Jokic has destroyed the two-time Defensive Player of the Year in back-to-back games,
Rudy Gobert.
and no one said anything about
I
that.
don't know, but
Jokic,
honestly, Rudy Gobert won because like I don't know, there was no one else better. Like at the time, I guess like Dwight Howard had stopped winning those. Like it was like an empty slot. Like I don't honestly,
no last
I
no
don't
no last year
really
and the year before.
I don't think Rudy Gobert is as good as people make him out to be because if you look at that Utah Jazz series right now with the Denver Nuggets,
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert is not. He can't even shoot like he can't provide any offense. He's not blocking that much. He can't even guard like a guard really on the perimeter. I would say Tristan Thompson would be a better defender on the perimeter than he is. He blocked a lot of
What
shots one year and he won. I don't really see him as a viable like candidate. I've never seen him do that well in a post defense like against like a legit center. I think the problem was is that there was no Embiid, there was no Jokic at the time, and he went against like the league had like a lot of small centers before those two guys came in,
I
and
mean,
Dwight
just
Howard was kind of out.
last year. It was last year and the year before.
He that Rudy Gobert won.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's trash, bro. It's trash. It's trash.
but I just think um like it's in Shaq was talking about it, right? And
Hmm.
he was saying Embiid averages he in the regular season at 28, 26 points, right? That's what
Okay.
he's getting.
Okay.
Shaq said he needs 8 to 6 more points more and 5 to 6 more rebounds more from Embiid.
Embiid.
If they're gonna, yeah, Embiid needs to play like the best player in for both teams on that series in order for
Well,
the
that's for any
Sixers to
playoff
win.
series, Shaq. Thank you for that information, brother. I appreciate you.
But
You
no,
did have Kobe
but
Bryant. He did have Kobe Bryant. Let's just put that on the record. Give Embiid a Kobe Bryant. Give him a LeBron James. Right? Ben Simmons has proven, in my opinion, to be the weak link. Right? Like he can't shoot outside of like the circle, like the square. Like I could shoot that in an NBA game. He plays really good defense. I'll say that. Ben Simmons plays really good defense. His assists are okay. Like I'm not. I mean, like LeBron James, DeAndre Russell are probably still better assist makers. Maybe even Lonzo Ball's still a better passer than Ben Simmons. Like, what does Ben Simmons provide besides like that face and that body? Like, what else does he provide, bro? Like, Embiid's doing all the work.
well, I don't think this series Embiid has played to your hype. We'll say your hype.
Look
He's
at the
I,
numbers. Look at the
yeah,
numbers. He's losing the
he
games, but look at the numbers.
okay. I'm good. I need him in order for them to win. In order for me to say, oh, he did as best as he could, and they still lost.
Okay.
I need 35, 15, and at least 2 blocks. That's dominant. He needs to be dominant in the series, and he's not.
I mean, I would
Um,
like that too, but they're losing games by 20 points. And, you're literally not getting that much help from the other teammates.
but
So,
if you
like,
compare Jokic's team and
hmm
Embiid's current team right now, it's not like it like one team is even though Ben Simmons is injured, their teams are still very comparable.
not really,
Jok
because he doesn't have a
they
Jamal Murray. If he had Ben Simmons, then I would say yes. But he doesn't have a Jamal Murray, Tobias Harris, and who's that
Josh
rookie?
Richardson. Well, they have Josh Richardson. Like
Nah,
he's
but
better
Josh
than
Richardson doesn't compare to Jamal Murray, bro. Come on, Josh Richardson's good on defense.
no,
That's
but
pretty much it.
Tobias Harris does. Tobias
Yeah,
Harris compares to Jamal.
okay, but then what about having a Bol or having a who's the other rookie that is really shining for the Denver Nuggets right now?
Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter
Michael
Jr.
Porter Jr.
They don't have any. They don't have that on their squad right now. Jimmy Butler left. They don't have JJ Redick anymore. it's not the same kind of squad. They have Cork Maz or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's not been shooting very great, not consistently at least. It's just they
Okay.
don't have it.
I have a debunked for you. So
Okay.
I'm looking at the box score, right?
Okay.
He was a minus 21 the whole game. A minus 21. The
Yeah,
game
they
before he was only a
lost.
minus 6.
No, okay. Look,
Yeah,
but tell me how do you, tell me look at his free throw percentage for game 2. Are you looking at game 2 or what are you looking at?
I can see both.
Look, all right, game 2, what's his free throw percentage? Look at it. Say it right
He
now.
was 12 for 13. He was 12 for 13.
Which is what is his percentage?
92%.
Thank you. All right. Look at his field
Well,
goal percentage. What do
well,
you,
look at the game before that.
look at
He
his
shot
field goal percentage, brother. What is his field goal percentage for game 2?
52.
Huh?
52.
52
52.
out how many attempts in game 2?
11 for 21.
I mean, you can't get that's really he had 10
Okay.
rebounds. Yes, he could have rebounded more, but he had 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
2
He,
turnovers. 3
he had
assists.
zero steals and
Oh,
one block.
I'm done.
He was
A center
he
has
was
to get steals now all of a sudden? Stop. Don't do
no,
that.
he has one block. He has one block
He
that
had
game.
one block. That's half of what you wanted. That's one.
No, okay. So if okay, say if since they're missing Ben Simmons, right? The
Mhm.
Sixers are missing. Embiid can still be the best player on the court when he's on the court. And say when he's off the court, they get down by 5, 6 points, right?
Okay.
But if I'm seeing a minus 21, that means when he's on the court, he is getting outscored.
But the whole team is
There,
like minus. Look, you just look at the rest of the numbers. The rest of the team is minus 2.
let's see. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
no,
Okay.
I haven't looked. I can't see it, but like,
Okay.
let me see.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll look at it, but I don't think so. I think he probably had the worst plus minus that game.
All right, bro.
Um,
I mean, I just feel like you just have a lot of hate in your heart right now for him. But that's okay, bro.
no, I don't think Embiid is the best center in the league. That's it. I think he's the second best.
All right.
Let's
What was
see.
Jokic's numbers in game 2?
Let me see. Um,
Boo doo 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 boo doo doo boo doo 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 doo
okay,
da da
one
da
second,
da
one
da
second.
doo 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 doo
Okay,
doo
he
doo doo doo
had
doo
where
doo.
is it? He had um
The Come Get This Work podcast is brought to you by Stephen Curry because he's the goat of shooting.
okay, hold on. I'm having a hard time finding it.
You having a
Okay, I
hard time
think
finding? Maybe he didn't even play. He didn't register.
okay, he had let's see. Where is it? He shot 50% from 3.
Mm-hmm.
No, he had
50% from three.
28.
Such a
He had
liar.
28. He did. He shot 50% for 3, 1 for 2.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right, I'm looking at
So
these
look,
numbers so people can see what we're talking about here.
okay, he had 28 points,
Uh-huh.
6 assists, and 11 rebounds. So more than he had more rebounds than Embiid, more assists, and how much? What did I forget?
Let's look at
What
this. Let's
Embiid
look at
had?
this box score. Make sure he's telling the truth, gentlemen.
But he also had a bad plus minus that game as well.
All right, let's look at Denver. Let's see. Nikola Jokic.
He almost had a
He
triple
shot
double game.
70%. Make sure everyone can see this. Everyone can see this. All right,
He shot 10 for 21 as well
he
as
shot
Embiid,
70% from free throw. He shot 50% from 3. All right, that's true. He shot
but he shot 10 for
47%. He
21.
shot 47% though from the field, so he missed one more than Embiid did. He has one more rebound in his game 2, 3 more assists, the same number of turnovers, 0 blocks, 0
Yeah,
steals, minus
yeah.
23 in that loss.
And Embiid had a minus 21.
I'm okay.
But okay, you want to look?
Embiid
Okay,
played like the best center in the league in his game 2 loss. Jokic played
no,
like the second best center in the
look at the
league.
game before. Look at the game before.
He had Jamal Murray, bro.
He had a
He has Jamal Murray.
huh? But it doesn't matter. He has Tobias Harris,
It
he has
does matter.
Tobias Harris, he has Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson, Al Horford. Like that's they have a those are
No,
that's a great
I will
supporting
say
cast.
this though, like Embiid needs to show some more heart. I agree. Like he could have dominated more in that game, but then he got taken
Yeah,
out because he was like poo-pooing on the bench, like just crying like a
yeah.
baby. No, I do admit that though. All right, I'm looking at these stats. I'm bringing them up right now. We got game one. This is the Denver win. They barely won though, too. Freaking Jamal Murray, bro, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere came.
Out of
came.
nowhere. What do you mean? He's a
All right, so he
bucket.
shot 50. He shot 11 from 21 in game one. 57. He shot 4 for 7 from the three. That's crazy for a center to do that. Hey, that's really good. I get props to that. And he shot perfect from the free throw line. 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Okay, 3 assists. It's not like something to
Yeah.
write home about. I could get 3 assists.
But you said assists don't matter. So like
No, I know.
when you get
I'm just
past
saying,
it,
but you say he's so good at assisting. He has 3 assists. I'm not.
yeah.
It's not like he has some
Well,
beautiful
that
looking assists, but his assist numbers aren't like out of this world.
yeah
He
they
had
are.
2 steals, 1 block.
You,
Hey, that's good defensively. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Four
yeah.
turnovers though. 4 turnovers though. All right. But he did have Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray went for 36, bro. Who is it?
Okay.
Who is this Jamal Murray in game one? That's all I'm trying to say. Who was it? Because here's the thing, right? If I'm the Celtics and I know that
Yeah.
Al Horford's playing bad, Tobias Harris he's been playing bad even before the bubble,
Yeah.
right? And you have no Ben Simmons to help spark the team and run the offense, right? And Embiid's not a Giannis. He can't run the squad. He can't run the point, right? Even though he has handles. What am I
Yeah.
gonna do? I'm gonna focus. Anytime Embiid gets the ball in the lane, I'm gonna double team him and focus him. He still got like 30 some points, right? But
He was his role was
it helps for Jokic to have Jamal Murray to take off the pressure. And if Jamal Murray's going to shoot 36 and I think he got like 8 points in overtime. Like then Jokic should just sit there and shoot seven 3-pointers and make 4 of them. I mean, come on.
but I don't like I need a playoff mode. I need some playoff mode from Embiid. He's so nonchalant and there's no aggression from him.
No aggression, huh? Okay. Okay.
Look at this. Okay. He no one scored 36 for Embiid that first game. Tobias Harris had 15, 8, and 8. 15 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Josh Richardson had 18, 2, and 6. Alec Burks off the bench, 18 points. Shake Milton had 13. They didn't they lost by 8 points that first game. It's not
Okay.
like they were blown out. It was and Tatum and Jalen Brown, they both almost had a 30 piece. Like if Embiid only had 26 points. If Embiid has a 35 game that game, they could have won that game. They could it could be 1-1 right now.
It depends, man. It depends. It's just he's one player. He's one player. I mean, as much as we make a big deal about stars in the league, they can win the game for you, but they're also still one player. Like if you're scoring if you're scoring between 120, 140 points, you need a second, third person to give you that extra 15, that extra 20, so you can in your bench needs to score like 35, 40 points for you to get to that high number. It's not like yeah, there's only so much one person can do unless they take the ball every dribble and they go ahead and score on every single dribble and they're perfect from the field. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses. Like Embiid needs to play better. He needs to get healthier. He needs to be more consistent, like from game to game. He needs to not give up. Right? I agree.
Yeah.
Like Joel Embiid could play. Like I say, Jokic, his professionalism is so much better than Embiid's. He actually takes care of his body and it looks like he's really trying to improve instead of mess around during his
Yeah.
break time. So I give Jokic that. Like his professionalism will probably make him the better center in the long run. But I still think right now, currently, Embiid one on one is better than Jokic. Like if he didn't have his health issues, Embiid is the best, and he's the current goat. Without his health issues, he's the current goat.
No, what do you mean? That's who he is though. Like if we've seen a healthy version of him for like 20 games.
And
And he's been injured
he was the
more than
best player in the league for those. That's why I say this. Like everyone forgets his rookie season, like his legit rookie season when he actually played those 20 games. He was the best player in the league. I
no, he
mean, that
wasn't.
run
He
was
was not the best.
amazing. He was the best player in the league.
LeBron was better than him. LeBron was better than him.
LeBron
Kevin
wasn't
Durant
better.
was better than him.
LeBron, KD. None of those guys were better than Embiid during that time.
Curry, Harden were better than him during his rookie season.
Maybe Harden and Curry,
That's
you can
it's not
maybe
even
get
a
some love
question.
too, but on the defensive side and on offense, man, that's when he was still going down low in the post and banging low with guys. He doesn't do that as much anymore as he should, or not as
Exactly.
much
He
as he
doesn't do
should.
that. That's why he's
Not as
bad.
much as he
He
should.
doesn't do that anymore.
No, he
He doesn't
does,
do that
but
anymore.
just not as much as he should. He shoots a little too much sometimes.
Exactly. Well, that's why he's not the best center in the league right now. Jokic is giving you
He's still the
20.
best.
10, Jokic is almost averaging a triple double
Don't say he's
as
almost.
a center.
Don't say he's
As a
almost.
center,
He's not averaging a
he's
triple
averaging
double.
his season averages. He's averaging 20, 10 plus rebounds, and like 7 or 8 assists. That's like LeBron. Those are
Ah,
LeBron numbers,
that's like more like Russell Westbrook. Not really LeBron, but you know. All right. Well,
and they're
what
and
are
they're
you?
the 3 seed.
Go ahead. What's your final points? We're gonna close this up. Let's wrap this up because you're talking foolishness. You're hating on Embiid,
I just don't. I don't think
and my video's
like
acting funny. I
Embiid.
don't know why my video's acting funny.
I don't think Embiid. Embiid is a. He's. I'm saying he's the second best player. He's the second best center in the league right now.
Hmm.
Jokic is winning. He's winning games. He's putting up great stats, and he makes the other players around him better.
He makes the other
Embiid,
players around him better. Okay.
yeah, he he gets everyone involved. He's kind of like he's a Luca at center.
Jokic.
He's yeah, he's a Luca at center. That's what Jokic is.
Stop.
He's a smarter basketball player than Embiid. Is it's not even. I don't think it's a. It is. You can compare them, but Jokic, in the end, is just he's just a better overall player.
Oh man, I just get look. You look at the stats, and Embiid beat him in game two. So I don't know how. I don't know
What do
what
you mean beat him? What do you mean beat
stats
him?
wise. Stat wise, he won. He won the battle stat wise.
Stat wise, he won.
Yeah.
Let's. I don't
No,
even
we
think
just went
that's
over the
how.
game two stats. Game two stats. He won.
No, he didn't. He had Jokic had more rebounds.
No, they had the same. It was 10 for 10.
No, Jokic had 11 rebounds in game two.
Oh, he had one. That's one. He had one rebound more. But
More assists.
he had more assists. But then he had zero blocks. Embiid had one block. Embiid also had a higher field goal percentage and a higher free throw percentage.
But and you're taking a one game percentage and saying he's better because of that one game percentage.
Yes,
I could
sir.
shoot. I
I'm
could
just saying.
shoot.
I'm just saying he won. I'm just saying he won the stats battle for game two. That's what I'm saying. And
What?
he was minus 21 instead of minus 23. I'm just I'm nitpicking, but it's you have to get to the fine details because these guys are both so great. They're both legitimately the number one center in the league. But at any one given time, either one could switch positions, in my opinion,
Right. I
based on
would
the.
say that too.
Okay,
But for like the last half of the season and into the bubble and into the playoffs, Jokic has been better.
consistently, yes, you're right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I mean, at certain points you could say, "Oh yeah, Embiid had a way better game this night than Jokic had this night."
Right, right.
But overall, like over stretches of seasons, Jokic d- hasn't missed any games, missed much games, and Embiid's only there half the time.
No, exactly. It's one of those things where you start questioning: Does he actually want to be great in this league? You thought after he cried his eyes out after Kawhi Leonard just dotted his eyes for the win for that game winner last season. You thought that maybe he would come back with just a renewed vigor to want to be great, to want to get to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. And then the bubble happened, COVID-19 happened, and it seemed like maybe during those 4 or 5, 6 months, Embiid didn't work out. He didn't stay fit. He just kind of was lazy and just stayed in his house or whatever. Maybe he goofed around or whatever. It doesn't seem like he put in a lot of work. Whereas Jokic came into the bubble, I think he lost like 10, 15 pounds and looked lean and mean and ready to go.
Okay, so it's like
All right, we gotta
remember
wrap
when
this up. We gotta
Harden?
wrap this up. All right, you get the last. You
Okay,
get the last word. I'm gonna give you the last word. Go ahead.
remember when Harden didn't have Westbrook or Chris Paul,
Mhm.
and he was carrying teams by himself.
Mhm.
He was winning games by himself. That's
Mhm.
what Simmons is out. That's what I need Embiid to do.
Yeah. No, I give you that. I'll give you that. All right. Well, thank you. Those are great points. We'll see what happens in game two tonight with the Blazers and the Lakers. We'll be back next week or whenever we come back. If you like this podcast, if you like Come Get This Work Sports Podcast with Jesus and Joseph, subscribe and we'll see you. Come Get This Work.